Okay. So I think this may be one of my preferred ways of graphing a quadratic, as long as it works out nice. Okay, so we're gonna graph in what's called intercept form. Can somebody tell me what an x-intercept is? Colin? Okay, it's where our graph crosses the x-axis. So intercept form is us using our x-intercepts to graph. Okay. So this right here, this is intercept form. Let's talk about why that is. Okay. You remember last chapter we did a whole bunch of factoring?
I don't remember that.
Okay. We did a whole bunch of factoring, and if we set this f of x equal to 0, if we set it equal to 0, then we have x minus p equals 0 and x minus q equals 0, right?
Sure.
So x equals p and x equals q. If we have our quadratic already factored, we can set equal to 0 and we have our x-intercepts. That's what those stand for. When we set our equation equal to 0, we have where it crosses the x-axis. That's really cool. Now, what do we know about every single parabola we have ever worked with in our lives?
It's round. They have a vertex.
They have a vertex?
Your domain is all the numbers.
Good.
But you don't count mine.
They go on forever. Let's come back to this vertex concept. What's special about the vertex?
Coordinate.
Okay. The maximum or minimum.
It's a number.
Also true. It's in math.
What goes through the vertex?
The AOS.
Axis of symmetry.
The axis of symmetry.
Yes, I did.
Okay. A parabola is symmetric. I'll wait for you to be quiet. A parabola is symmetric. So you don't necessarily have to draw this. Okay. But if I have an X and Y axis, and here, let's just say right here, here's an X-intercept, and here's an X-intercept. Where's the vertex gonna be? In the middle somewhere. It's gonna be halfway between them. Right? Okay, because our axis of symmetry gotta be there. All right. I think it looks okay. So in order to find our vertex, we can take the average of our two zeros. Yes, my dear. Yes.
I'll take the notes for you, Amelia. No worries.
Okay. We still know that A affects which direction our graph opens. We still know that A will affect how wide or how skinny our graph is. You have shown me via your quiz that you've got that figured out. Okay. What we need to do here is we need to figure out where our x-intercepts are. Okay. So I would like you to write down this examples. Okay. So here we go. F of x equals 1/2 times x minus 4 times x plus 2. Preston, I'll try to keep you awake. What does that 1/2 tell us about our parabola? Okay, so here's the deal. We could FOIL that out and multiply it by 1/2, but that sounds like kind of a lot of work. Okay, so let's do this. Let's set this equation equal to 0. Let's do that. Let's set our equation equal to 0.
What?
Okay. And if I have a product that equals 0, we need to take each of our factors and set them equal to 0. So we can take x minus 4 and set it equal to 0. And we can take x plus 2 and set it equal to 0. So what does this give us? This gives us x equals 4. And this gives us x is -2. That's not what 0 equals. That's what x equals.
Wow.
Okay, so this means that at x equals 1, 2, 3, 4, and x equals -2, we have x-intercepts. So could you please draw an xy axis and plot those two for me, please?
Oh, we're gonna draw that.
I am wearing color sheets today. Okay, so it sounds like you are done plotting those points. Now let's talk about the vertex. What does your past say? That's fine.
160.
You too. We'll have book homework, okay? Okay, so if we want to find the vertex, we know that our vertex is halfway between these two x-intercepts. So how do we figure that out?
It's in the middle of the middle. It's out 1.
Okay, how did you get 1? How do you find the middle?
You count until you find the middle.
Okay, so but what if it's not an integer? Then how do I find the middle? You need to take these two numbers and find the average. So, but I do agree that it's at 1. Okay, so our vertex is at 1, comma. How do I find what the y is?
Plug in.
No.
We have to plug in X.
Oh my gosh.
I have 1/2 times 1 minus 4 times 1 plus 2. Okay, what is, okay, so let's ignore the 1/2. What is 1 minus 4? Okay, so we have -3 times. So we have -9 times 1/2. So we have -9/2. Which is the same as -4.5. And look. parabola. Do not say parabola.
That would make a roller coaster.
There's no I.
So we have what's called polynomial. So this is just a quadratic. If we had like x cubed, x4, x to the fifth, then it goes like this.
So if I was an engineer and I was building up the booster, I would be using this.
A parabola would probably come in helpful, yes.
Useful math. You don't know that.
Okay, I would like you to go to the next page. And on number 2, I would like you to find the x-intercepts, the vertex, and the axis of symmetry. All 3 of those things. Go. What? Okay.
But that's one day. I took the notes for you, Amy. Oh boy. I'd love to see it.
You're doing number 2.
I don't know how to do it.
Oh my gosh. It's like two.
No, I want my grades for that. I have my grades for that.
What are you doing?
Wait, Stephanie, you want me to know? I think you paid $2. Fight the dragons. I got two. Fish? Oh, big fish. Where are you going?
Why is it?
English?
Yes, it's supposed to be useless. She's trying to. I know how to talk English and I know what a capital letter is. I think if anything, we should like learn about how to. And she was out of whatever
Okay,
That's what the.
make 5. Okay, Reagan, what are our 2 x-intercepts? Okay, if we set this equal to 0, we get x equals 2 and x equals 3.
I got that.
Okay, so what is in between 2 and 3?
2.5.
Okay, so our axis of symmetry, you could say is at 2.5, or you could say is at 5/2.
I don't like that.
Okay, so did anybody find the vertex? If x is 2.5, what's our y?
3.
I don't know.
Oh, you have to. 3/4.
3/4?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is that weird?
No, not the map.
Oh, okay. So we're having other conversations during my class.
It's kind of the same.
Okay. Sophia, can you explain how we got 2.5? I'm really not sure.
So you and 2 and 3
Okay.
in the middle.
Okay. So how do I get 2.5?
It's in the middle.
Okay,
It's the average.
it's the average. I can say 2 plus 3 divided by 2. Okay. Okay, so okay, somebody asked what the graph would look like. It would be upside down and super
Why?
skinny.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's look at number 3. I want you to make an XY table. We have 2 points we can already put in our XY table. If we set this equal to 0, this would give us x equals
-5.
okay, and this one would give us x equals
-1.
-1.
There's no vortex.
So -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, those points are -5, 0, and -1, 0. Cool.
Whoa.
Hold on. The most important coordinate is our vertex. Okay, so if we have an x-intercept at -1 and -5, Kane, where's our vertex going to be? What is the middle of -5 and -1? So a lot of people are telling you -3. Kane, let's talk about why. Okay. What do you get when you take -5 plus -1? And then we divide that by 2. And that's how we get that -3. Okay. So now let's plug -3 back in so we know where to put the vertex. Okay. So if we take -3 plus 5 times -3 plus 1, that would be -2 times 2. Okay, if I plug in -3 for x, this is 2. And when we multiply 2 and -2, I don't see an addition sign in between. Is it there? And I don't see it? Oh. Want to do it? Hey, look, I have a vertex and 2 points. Boom, there it is.
I thought we're supposed to always do 5 points.
Here's the deal. I will let you on the one with intercepts do 3 points. I'll give you a break.
Yeah, she didn't want you to do that.
No!
Okay, how about you and your elbow partner work together on graphing number 4?
Hello.
But Amy could be a lot of help for you.
Okay,
Okay?
What are we doing? And then what? And then 2 is in the middle because you average them and divide All right. And then you also have to factor in like the -4. Trying to figure out.
add stuff to it. What is this?
I don't know.
Oh, so zero.
Wait, I miscounted. I
Sure.
don't know how to count to three.
Ain't no way, bro.
You're so mean. Wait, so you got what?
Is that right?
You got 4. So
Negative 1.
So I have like so you would like
One. No, one. I'm running with it. Wait,
yeah, but like so you plug it in and then so x minus
We did it. We did it. Oh, wait. Wait, do we actually? Yeah, we did it. Parabola down. I don't know where it is.
Okay, so it sounds like we're having some conversations that don't include math, so we can go ahead and talk about this. Now, I have a question, Peyton Francis. What direction does this parabola open?
Reflected.
Okay, so down.
Yeah.
Okay, so since we have a negative a, this parabola opens down. If you look at your parabola, it better be opening down. Okay, good. All right, Evan, if we set this equal to 0, what are our x-intercepts? Okay, so 1 and 3 are our x-intercepts. So there they are right there for us. Okay, so in your XY chart, you need to have 1, 0, and 3, 0. Those are your x-intercepts. Okay, so Maddie, what x value do we find our vertex at? 2 is in the middle of 1 and 3.
What?
Wow. Okay, and when we plug 2 in for x, we would get -4 times -1 times +1.
You got it right.
And the crowd goes wild. That's not a noise we need. That is not a noise we need at all.
Yeah, we do.
Okay,
I told him it was 4. He said no, it's 1.
do you understand why it's 4? Yeah. Okay. What? Okay.
What?
All right, I want to go to number 6. But, oh, you guys, how am I gonna do number 6? Hey, Amy has a really good idea. Let's use intercepts to graph this. We can factor this.
Ew, no.
Oh, good gracious. Unfoil. What multiplies to -15 but adds to 2?
No.
-3 and +5. So look at how quick this is going to be.
That's scary.
I was never good at
What did you say? Where did you get the what from?
-5.
So I factored what multiplies to -15 but adds to +2? 5 and -3.
I thought we were done back there.
Nope, no, we're never done factoring. So when we set this equal to 0, we have intercepts of -5 and positive 3. Amy thinks our vertex needs to be at x is -1. Disagree or agree?
Oh, wait, no, yeah, no.
I have my
back.
Okay. And if we plug -1 in for x, we would get -16. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and count by 4, 8, 12, 16. Okay. Here's what you need to be able to do. If I ask you to find the zeros, you set the equation equal to 0. If I ask you to graph, you're going to plot those, and then the vertex needs to be in the middle. You have a book assignment that I will get posted here in the next few minutes-ish. Okay. Okay. And we'll work more on this tomorrow.